Hello everybody, Raptor King of the West here, and today we are back in Minecraft Dinosaurs. And today we are naming the Triceratops, which we got last episode because a lovely person in the comments decided to leave a suggestion. So, let's get over here to our Triceratops before we do any new enclosure stuff today. Where are they? So here's our Triceratops from the last episode. And he is getting named Lapis. Where? Come on, let me name tag you. There we go. Hello, Lapis. You are beautiful. Very blue. It's a pretty fitting name, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. I hope you enjoy your enclosure here. I do really personally believe this is probably one of my favorite enclosures in our zoo so far. We do have a lot of fun ones, absolutely. The T-Rex one still feels like it's missing something, and I don't know what. So, we will get to that at some point. But I do think the Triceratops enclosure has gotta be one of my favorite ones. We're gonna check on you every single day. Because out of all the dinosaurs that I do not want getting hungry and angry, you're probably top of that list. You're doing okay? You're doing okay. Yeah, I feel like you're bigger. I feel like you're a decent bit bigger than the last time I saw you. Well, yeah, no, I mean, we don't need to feed you for a while. I think we will probably be fine for a while. Let me out. There we go. Okay. Today's dinosaur is, trying to think if I'm going to announce it before. I think let's just look at the DNA here. We're getting a Parasaurolophus, which means I'm building a swamp enclosure. As I said, I am probably going to focus on herbivore enclosures until I get some sort of chicken farm running. Or at least some form of meat farm. Because I do not want our dinosaurs starving, and I guarantee that I've probably neglected one to such a point that if I entered its enclosure, I would immediately start getting attacked. Like, I guarantee it. So, we're gonna get herbivores for the next little while. Maybe the occasional carnivore if I get a DNA that's particularly interesting. But we'll probably just do herbivores for a little bit. Still really want the Pachyrhinosaurus. I mine every single episode. I'm mining before the episode to try and get that DNA, and it just has not happened. I want it so much. It's the last new one that, like, we haven't seen yet, so I really want it. I think it's the last new one, at least. Other than, all the trilobites. Yeah, I think it's the last new one. We've gotten just about everything else. There are some that we never saw in the last world, like the Luplerodon. I don't think we ever got to see. So we'll definitely be doing those at some point as well. Look at you. You're doing great. You're nice and big. You're healthy, relatively. You don't eat rotten flesh. Oh, kinda do wish that I could feed them rotten flesh. Would be nice, because I just end up with so much of that. Our queen is enjoying herself. Okay. Oh, how big do I think that Parasaurolophus gets? I think I know how big it gets. It's a relatively large animal. But I have a really fun idea for the enclosure. So I do think I might go for it. Which type of wood should I use? I'm thinking if we make like a really big stump and put it inside the stump, that would look sick. I think that would look so cool. We could do Sigillaria again. Calamity's not a terrible choice. Log. Yeah, Sigillaria. I feel like we go with Sigillaria for this. I might be crazy. I know we've done another enclosure with Sigillaria. Actually, let's go with... would spruce fit? Spruce. Spruce might look good, you know. I'm gonna say we're gonna go with spruce. Gonna grab some bones. Gonna have to chop down a couple of trees. Okay. Let's see how many trees I can get to grow in this close of proximity. I don't think I can get most of these to grow, but maybe I can. I do have to contend with my own building layouts for things that I have not built yet. This is getting a bit close to the side of the building. Okay, bone meal. Let's just... Oh, no, didn't want to do that. Feel like I'm probably... Oh, maybe I will. Oh, okay, this is gonna be fine. I could probably put these closer together. And then, lucky me, I have the a tree chopping mod installed, or else this would be painful to do. I don't know how many stacks I'm gonna need for this. So we might just start with what we get here. Oh, did I grow the one that I wanted to? I did. I think we'll probably start with what we get here. And then move on from there. And keep bone mealing the ground, which I really don't want to be doing, considering that I want to be building a garage here. Gonna have to clean this all up again later. Lovely. Nope, still got bone meal. We're still going. Okay, that is an abundant amount of trees. We are gonna find out how many logs we get from this. Because this is gonna be weird to build. Just because I'm not used to building stuff like this, though. I haven't really done an enclosure like this before. We're putting a Parasaurolophus inside a log, and inside that log is going to be a swamp. It's a fun idea, but it is going to take a little bit of work to pull it off. Possibly more than one episode worth of work. We will see. If I can get it done in one episode, I would much rather that, but we will see what happens. I think this is the better way to do this. Oh, did I miss a tree? I guess I missed a tree. This looks really weird, like this. Alright, we're at a stack, almost 2 stacks right now. Not terrible. Might place them, even closer together. We'll see. Because I do not believe that this will be enough logs for the giant tree stump. I'm also going to be freehanding this. There's a good chance that it doesn't look the best. Like, it might need some polishing. But I'm sure that'll be fine. Alright, get, like, all the drops that we can. And got the saplings here. Go. Throw another one there. Just get as many trees growing as I possibly can. Could try packing them closer together, even. We'll try. Might just start working on this and let these grow, some of these grow naturally. But that, hopefully, this will get us enough trees long term. It's gonna be a pretty big enclosure. Gonna use a crafting table, because although I can craft this in my inventory, gonna need to sleep soon, so might as well use the crafting table. I am losing some logs every time I do this, which is unfortunate. Because that might be enough for an outline. I'm not even sure about that, though. Really starting to bring... Everything, I think, is in the area now. Everything's sort of connected up quite nicely. There's no part of the zoo that I'm really ignoring. So where do I want to push next? We keep pushing this way. We are gonna hit that village. Although at some point we're probably gonna hit all of these villages. Could go across the river and be the first one over the river. But I feel like we have this area over here that we could make use of first. Where is that? That's over here. We'll see once we get over here if I actually think this is a big enough area for what I want to do. Don't like this. This hole isn't great, but I mean, realistically, that's got to be big enough, I think. Although, keep drawing over. No, I think this will be fine. I think what we might need, though, I am going to get some dirt to cover up that hole. Just because I do not want to deal with that later. There we go. Hello, Dorothy. What are you doing? Oh, I forget that we have a Dimetrodon. I feel like I check on this enclosure every episode and I still forget we have it. Are you mad? Not yet. You're getting a little bit hungry, though. Hopefully that'll be fine. Alright. I'm gonna cover up this hole while we're here as well. I don't think this is the one I was concerned about. And then I guess at some point, this village might, get destroyed. Like, taken down and redone? Maybe? Ooh! This is a different hole, I think, because I don't remember this. We got some amber. It's not any special sort of amber. I can't use it for DNA, so it just sits there. It can be turned into a block. I do not currently have a use for amber blocks, though. Where was the hole that I was actually concerned about? Was it this one? I don't think so. I think I'm just covering up holes right now. Random, nondescript holes are all getting covered up so that I can put a massive tree stump inside a zoo. So it's the perfect use of the space. And then even if we by some chance finish the stump today, I don't think we'll be able to get to the interior of the enclosure. I will still put the Parasaurolophus in there, but it will not have all the water that it should have and stuff. Parasaurolophus, that is a hadrosaur. Just about all hadrosaurs. Really? Ran out of dirt, grass, whatever. Just about all hadrosaurs lived in swamps. I think there are some exceptions. Not obsessions, that's not how the English language works. I think there are some exceptions, but off the top of my head, I cannot think of what they are. So, we are just gonna leave that be for now. Yeah, that's... Get all the logs out, and... I just put some points around just to size this thing out? Because yeah. I think that's good. That is bigger than our T-Rex enclosure. So, I think that'll be fine. I do think that that'll be fine. That'll probably be... So let's get some shape figured out here. Because I do want to create the impressions of some roots actually spreading and make this look like a tree stump. Oh, this is gonna be weird. I think it'll be fine. It's just I am not used to building stuff like this. So, this version might not be the final version of it. It might get changed a little bit here and there. Yeah, I don't know how natural this will look to begin with. At some point, it'll get polished, but today, I'm thinking it's probably gonna look a little bit rough. That was only enough wood, essentially, to create the outline of this enclosure. So we're gonna need a lot more than that. Much, much more. Yeah, we're gonna need so much wood for this. I don't know. The goal in today's episode is to get an enclosure that the Parasaurolophus can't escape. The plan later is to polish that enclosure, make it look good. Because I don't even know if I will be able to finish the walls of this enclosure in today's episode. Oh my goodness. That was glorious. That was amazing. We can do that? That is so much more efficient. Why was I not doing it this way before? So disappointed in myself. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that is still nowhere near enough. But we're definitely expediting the process. Whole other stack of bones. We are going to get through so many of those bones that I have sitting around. Okay. Gonna let those grow while I work more on the stump. Do our two stegosauruses have adult coloration yet? Maybe, actually. Hello, stegosaurids. Are you your adult colors? I don't think so. I think you're the, oh, maybe you are, though. No, you shouldn't be. You'd be getting a decent bit older. Yeah, you're not 9 meters long yet. You're still small little boys. There's no way these are your adult colorations. My guess would be that, these are like the youth colorations. I think there's 3 texture growth stages, and it's baby, teen, and adult is what it is. If I remember correctly. I might be wrong, though. Okay, we're gonna make this organic-ish. And usually, how I build organics is I don't think about it all that much and hope for the best. But that means that I end up with a lot of blocks that cover each other. So, gonna waste some blocks doing this, which will probably be fine. Because it should get us something that looks kind of natural. We are going to have a minor problem with this. No, actually, it shouldn't be a problem. Because, yeah, the roots, getting up to the roots is going to be... the outside of that is completely walkable, but I want there to be a bit more than just the roots for this enclosure, so... This will probably be fine, I'm thinking. Maybe I'm wrong, but we will see. Yeah, I mean... That does actually not look bad. It does not look bad. So... It's gonna take a lot more wood than we have. And possibly more than we can grow. But... I think we might actually pull off this enclosure idea. Hopefully we can, because I think it's a really fun idea. Yeah, I mean, my way of building organics is going to be a little bit messy for this, I think. It might not look the greatest, but I'm sort of hoping that it just looks relatively natural. Because if it looks natural, then we can polish it later, at least. It doesn't look bad, which is honestly the best I could probably hope for, considering what I am doing. Completely unplanned building of a tree stump. Could have planned this. I had the opportunity to. There was nothing stopping me from sitting down and planning this. But I didn't. So now we're here. And I'm sort of just placing blocks. It looks tree-like. I am glad that I'm not committing myself to building an entire tree at this height. But now that idea is in my head, so that might be something we do for a future project, actually. Because it sounds, maybe not at this scale, this might be a little bit big for that, but a pretty large tree as an enclosure for something that maybe lives in trees, like we build a hollow tree for that, could be pretty cool, maybe? We'll see. I don't even know what possessed me to make this for the Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus, yeah, I don't know. It stopped feeling like a word there, gonna be honest. I don't know what possessed me to make this the enclosure for the Parasaurolophus, but it's what we're getting, so I am okay with that. Yeah, we are wasting a decent bit of wood, but I think just for the sake of how this build is gonna go, that's probably fine, really. Because it's very unplanned, so... Because, yeah, oh no, I'm losing a bunch of wood, but this doesn't look bad. This looks pretty good to me. I mean, I don't know. From the inside, I feel like this is looking pretty good. We're gonna have to slap some windows on this at some point, but for now, that's not really a concern. Yeah. I like the idea. I do like the idea, and I do like the idea of, I don't know what we would do, like what, creature we could do. There's, Confuciusornis? I think that's how that's pronounced. Wouldn't be terrible for that, maybe, that tree idea? I don't know. Could also be like a hotel, which would be kind of weird. Not a terrible idea either, though, so maybe. Not against the idea. There we go. We've gotten about halfway with what we had. So, I do think another round of tree chopping, we could probably get this done enough to put the Parasaurolophus inside the enclosure. Oh, we're sleeping here. Yeah, I mean, oh, am I getting a bit of lag? Maybe. We might be getting a bit of lag, and if we are, I'm sorry about that. I'm not feeling any lag. So maybe it's fine, maybe it's not, I don't know. Yeah. We've been recording for a little bit here. That's why I think this enclosure is gonna have to be more than one episode of work. I do think it'll maybe be a bit quicker than when I finished the aviary. Because that I took there was a decent number of episodes between the start of the outside, the completion of the inside, still haven't finished the outside yet. Like, that one still needs a lot of work. I would like to avoid that situation with this enclosure. And I do think that'll be pretty easy to do, because I feel like this enclosure is just inherently a lot more interesting than the aviary is. Where have I been putting amber? In here. There we go. Yeah, I think that this is a much more interesting enclosure, just at the root of it. So I think this will be one that'll be a lot easier to just focus on for a couple episodes. Definitely gives us an opportunity to do the paleobotany that I have absolutely been ignoring up to this point in the series. Even in the last world, I more or less ignored paleobotany, which is unfortunate, because the paleobotany stuff is pretty cool in this mod. Like, yeah, it is just plants, but I don't know, it is still really cool. I just focus so much on the actual creatures that the paleobotany tends to take a back seat, especially as far as videos go. But if I'm taking a couple videos to work on building the Parasaurolophus enclosure, then those videos could be videos where we're bringing paleobotany into the park as well. I don't see a reason not to, really. It's a good way to get new things in those videos while I'm working on a project for one specific dinosaur for a little while. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe I'll just do other dinosaurs at the same time. Problem is that a lot of these enclosures do take a decent bit of time to make. Even the less interesting, less inspired ones are not super fast tasks, because, well, the animals I'm building them for aren't exactly small. It's pretty big scale enclosures for the creatures, so no matter how complicated the enclosure is, that's probably going to take a little bit of time. There we go, and then should have cut down this side while I was over there. Oh well. If you guys are getting a little bit of lag, I do apologize. We haven't had a big problem with lag for a while now, so hopefully that's not coming back. I thought that I had it fixed, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong about plenty of things in the past, so it's not entirely out of the question that I might have made a mistake or something like that. That feels a little bit flat to me, actually. I'm gonna steal that. There we go. Throw that there. Yeah, I do like how it's looking. I don't know how I'm gonna put the windows in yet. Because currently there's gonna be no way to view the Parasaurolophus. Which is a little bit of a flaw if this is an enclosure in a zoo where we're supposed to be seeing the animals. And it would be really weird if I was building a zoo where we just were not able to see the dinosaurs that I had all over the park. Even some of the more recently extinct things that will end up in this zoo are very old creatures. That's not true. Dodo went extinct only like 300 years ago. But the idea of my point stands. There we go. There we go. This is looking like something. I'm hoping that something is a tree, I'm gonna be honest. Do not have enough wood to get back to there. So we're gonna have to go back for wood again one more time. It is so hot in the recording closet right now. Yeah, it's not great. Could be worse. Could be a lot better. But we will be fine. Okay. I mean, this is an interesting shape that I've sort of carved out here that I'm gonna work with. There we go. I don't need to be building up as high as I am. I do think that I'm just currently level with everywhere that I've built to so far. It is night, so I'm gonna go to sleep. I am worried about the lag, because I saw it in OBS. Maybe we're getting lag? We might be getting a little bit of lag, and I am sorry about that. Normally when I'm getting lag, I feel it in the game as well, and I haven't really been feeling much, so hopefully it's not too bad. I did do a decent bit of exploring, so it might just be that the game is trying to keep up with that. I did discover a structure. I did not look in it. I think we can do that. Maybe not in this video. I seem to have a pretty dedicated plan this video. But in a future episode, we could look into that structure together, see if there's anything interesting there. Because it's one of the modded structures. I think it's one of the Aztec temples, possibly. I say one of the, if I remember correctly, it's that there is a version of the Aztec temple that is not broken, and one version that's in ruins. And it's that sort of thing. I might be wrong, though. But if I remember correctly, that is what we would be dealing with. Yeah. feeling a little bit of lag, so maybe there is a bit something going on. I apologize. I don't know what's causing it. If there is a bit of lag going on, might just be that my computer decides it wants to be a little bit laggy today. Or OBS decided it's not happy with me. I did update OBS. Maybe OBS decided it doesn't want to work for me today. I don't know, maybe it's just normal problems. Maybe it's just the world, because as I said, I explored a bit more before. Maybe it's dealing with that still. That was off camera, but it could still be affecting things. Like, I have closed and reopened the world since I did that exploring. But it is possible that it's just still, like, affecting the gameplay a little bit. It is starting to look like a tree stump, though, so I will give it that. I set out to achieve something, and I'm getting a tree stump out of it, which is what I was hoping for, so that works for me, honestly. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of lag. I'm so sorry about the lag. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. It might be worse for me than it is for you guys. Usually it's not, but it's also not really that bad for me. So it might just be totally fine. Like, it's not too bad. It might just be like a little bit of a frame rate drop every once in a while. Not even enough to notice, hopefully. Ideally. I need more bones. I should start recording with an ice pack to cool me down, because I was not prepared for the recording closet to be this hot today. Okay, this is an excessive amount of bone meal. Those are decent numbers. Not the best, admittedly, but it is hopefully enough to finish off the walls of this enclosure. I'm not even going to worry about getting ferns or anything down in this enclosure today, because we're going to need to put plants in here. Probably next episode we'll do the interior, and then after that, probably in the same episode as well, we'll do the exterior stuff. I don't know. I don't think we will finish the whole exterior in that video. In fact, I almost guarantee that we don't, but it'll definitely be a lot closer than we are now. Which we need to sleep now. So much teleporting just between 2 points. To be fair, that's probably how this looks every single episode, because I just teleport between the ground and home constantly. But I think it's worth it. I do think the next desert creature, like the next desert dinosaur we get, I do want to go for more of a Badlands sort of desert design. only because I am getting a little bit tired of building the exact same desert over and over again. That is getting a little bit tiring. It's not bad, like, they do look good, the desert enclosures, it's just that they are a little bit repetitive. Especially when you're doing a decent number of them in a row. I don't want you there. I want you there. So that I can force some depth. There we go. Yeah. That's just this last wall here, which isn't too bad, and then this has to go up a bunch, of course, and we need to fill it with plants and a lot of water, actually. Because I'm thinking, the other swamp that we have built currently is for the Dimetrodon's enclosure. And I think, that this looks rectangular, so I'm going to change it up a little bit. No, I'm thinking that... Because that enclosure I went for small little puddles of water, I think this one I'm going to go a little bit bigger for. Just because I think that would be a bit more fitting for the Parasaurolophus. Maybe we go down a couple blocks even at a couple points so that it can swim, potentially? I don't know if that's something that we want to try and get working with the Parasaurolophus. I know we definitely want it with the Spinosaurus. And we are not going to do what we did with Sobek and just make the Spinosaurus swim constantly. We are going to give it some areas that it can walk. Because I'm not that evil. Let me out of my own enclosure, please. Okay, get that block. Nope. Please. Thank you. Minecraft. Let me back up here. That one's carry on. Carry on works fine. Sometimes the reach, I find, can be a little bit weird. But I'm not really ever having a problem with it. Except for situations like that, where it's just, oh, I need to do things a bit differently. And, some of the dinosaurs have weird hitboxes, where I can't grab it, not because it's, like, too big or something, although that does exist in Carry On. There is a size limit to what you can carry. But I'll add a dinosaur that I know I should fully well be able to carry, and it'll be, I won't be able to carry it. And that'll be because the hitboxes, I'm getting pushed away before I can actually reach the point to carry it. Which is interesting. I don't know really what you would even do about that. And I might even be wrong about what's causing that. That's just what it feels like as the player. I don't have access to all the dev tools for Carry On. I don't know how publicly available those are. A lot of mods you can get debug tools for pretty easily. But I don't know about Carry On's debug tools because there's not too much to it as a mod, so... Like, it is probably one of my favorite mods to put into any modded world that I'm playing in. It is, I think, a staple, but I do not know how great, like, how much stuff there is for, just Because the config files are actually really nice for, carry on. They're pretty easy to work with. Especially once you're using, like, configured or something. Because I have configured here. I think, yeah, this is roughly enough items config. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. We get debug right here for roughly enough items. But not every mod is just going to give you all of its debug tools. Which is fair. I'm not expecting them to. I do think that this is a good enclosure. We need windows still, and we need to make it, I think, a decent bit taller. Just visually, that would look better. And then we gotta fill it in with all the habitats. But until we do that, I think there's enough grass here for it to eat. Maybe I'll grab a couple of seeds. Just feed it myself. There we go. I have one seed. Not gonna miss this one like I missed Lapis's birth. That was unfortunate. I still feel a little bit bad about that. I'm sorry, Lapis. But you got named, so, you know. One of the quickest dinosaurs to get named in this series, actually. Same episode you got named. And if any of you guys watching right now would like to suggest a name for any dinosaur in this zoo, absolutely go ahead. Even if that dinosaur is already named. Like, we only have one Therizinosaurus, and it's Dorothy. But if you suggested a name for a Therizinosaurus, odds are I will write that down as an idea for one of the future Therizinosaurus. Most dinosaurs we do have one or two of at this point. Like, that out of the dinosaurs that we have in the park. We have a lot of Psittipatties, so if you want to name a Oviraptor, that's just... I think there's 10 of them. Agnes, Chester, and their 8 children. Like, I don't think they sleep much. Alright. We're about to get a Parasaurolophus. I think that's the only Hadrosaur in the mod. It's the first Hadrosaur in our park, for sure. Alright. Let's see this. Not gonna miss it. Not gonna miss it. Oh, it's red! He's red. That is... Okay. Yes, eat. You're adorable. You don't have much of a crest yet. Got some fun information about it for any of you who are curious. Yeah. Think it's the only, because it mentions, like, Corythosaurus here. But I don't think we have any of the other Hadrosaurs yet. I know they're on the list for, like, the devs have them on a list, but I think there's a lot more on that list that we're probably gonna get first. Like, Carnotaurus needs to be added. I know they have that. A lot of pterosaurs that they want to do. Alright, you need to help me do the outro now. Yeah. Come on. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you have an amazing day. And goodbye.